Hello everyone, this is Sandil Kumar. So welcome to my channel Tech Kumar 360. So today we are going to discuss about some frequently asked real-time interview questions. So please stay with me and please support me. Yeah. The first question is, so how many test scripts you will write per day or week or sprint? So for this question, first you have to calculate per day how many script you can write. So for that, first you have to decide, you have to think of two things. One is new scripts, how many you can write, and how many maintenance script you can fix. So you have to think in this perspective. You should not calculate only based on the new scripts. So the second thing is, so this is at an average how many scripts you can write. For example, around 3 to 5 you can write some new scripts, and 1 or 2 maintenance scripts you can fix along with that. So this is an average, but it can vary from person to person. Okay, sometime the interviewer may ask for week how many scripts you can complete, or in sprint how many you can complete. So it is always better to calculate per day than convert into week or sprint or month, however you want. So here I calculated per week. So if I take average 3 per day, then it will be like 5 into 3 15, and maintenance if I take 1, then it will be 5. So the total it will be 20 per week. So if, then I can easily convert this into sprint. So if I have 2 week sprint, then I can calculate 2 into 20 is equal to 40. So the same thing, if I want to convert to month, then it will be 40 into 2 equal to 80. So this is this calculation is truly based on only for the ones who is working on automation. So if you are working in manual plus automation, this will vary. So you have to put it according to your time you spent. And this is some rough estimate. So you should not it may vary for you, but you should not give some very unrealistic numbers to impress the interviewers. The second question which we are going to say is, so how will you maintain or test data or locators in your project? So this is entirely depends on the framework which you are going to use. So I am going to explain with a couple of frameworks so that you can understand it in better way. So let me start this. So for example, if you are using very simple framework like testng plus POM, then this is where you will be maintaining your test data. So for locators you would be using the page class, so you would be maintaining it there. And for test data, so if it is simple framework, right, for test data you would be using property file itself. And in case if it is little complicated, then you would be using Excel. So this is the first type of framework. The second type would be Cucumber plus page object model framework. So in this model, right, it maintaining the test data would be in different place. So for example, locator is similar. So in case if you are using a POM, right, locator you would be maintaining in same place, page class. But in case if you are using Cucumber, so test data you would be maintaining generally in the feature file. So even if you want to use your, if you want to pass multiple test data, right, to your test script, so you would be using scenario outline, which is again in the feature file itself. And the third one is going to be keyword driven framework, which is less likely used, but it is good to know these things in interview perspective. So I will explain this keyword driven entire thing. So just I will switch to Excel so that you can understand it in better way. So for example, in this keyword driven, you would be maintaining all your test data, locators, everything will be in the Excel itself. So for example, I just written for two cases. So first case is just logging into the application with valid credential. The second one is you would be logging in with the invalid credentials. So this is the keyword. So based on this, the action will be triggered in your code. For example, first keyword is go to URL, right? So for this keyword there will be appropriate action will be triggered in your code. So this is where you would be maintaining the locators. So for the first one, and this is we don't need any locator, so C2 is empty. But for second one, enter text, right, we need locators. So we are using XPath, and I provided a XPath value. Then I am passing the input value as Kumar, and even the output also would be stored here. If it is pass or fail, so the output would be stored here. So from here we can generate the report. Actually we can use the same Excel to generate the report also. Based on this output and based on the test case name, we can generate the report. And this is something called keyword driven, which is less likely used because you have to spend lot of time in maintenance if we use this framework. But in interview perspective, still it is good to know these concepts. So that's it for this question. So we'll move to the next question. The third question is grabbing number from the text. So you will not get this question directly, so you would be getting like one of below scenarios. For example, if you take the first case, right, so your phone number 123456789 added successfully. So this is just a random phone number. So in this case you have to extract a number out of the string. If you go to the second case, right, you have purchased totally 5 items and price of the item is given. So here you have to extract only the price, which is nothing but you have to extract 10, which comes after $. So this is little different than your first case. And if you see your third case, right, so here you have to extract that credit card number. So this is similar, almost similar to first case, but you have a space, so you have to write a little different. And when you think of this scenarios, right, what comes to your mind first is you will thought of using split, right? Actually if you use split, there will be a lot of challenges, because for some case it will work and some case it won't work, and the logic also very complex. So what we have to use is actually regular expression is something we have to use. So I will show you how to use regular expression. So this is the page, dummy page I have created to just to demo you. So here if you see, you have the string in which you have phone number. So here you have to extract the phone number. So I will explain you the code part, how it works. So this code link I will give in my description, so you can check it out. Don't need to worry about that. And even I will give some regular expression link also, which you can have a look. So if you see from here, this is same, these things you know. So just we are setting the driver path, we are launching the browser, these things and all you know. So here if you see from line 25, right, so we are just loading that HTML file, and here right we are just writing XPath to extract the text. And if you see here, we are writing the pattern. For example, /d means digit, and if I add plus means if digit length is more than 1, it will pick that digit, it will pick that pattern basically. So that is the purpose of using plus. So later I have to pass that text which I extracted from my web page in this 26th line. So I am just passing that. So what will happen is in the text it will try to find this pattern which I written in 28. So what will happen here, in M1 my phone number will be stored actually, because it is trying to extract that pattern from the text, right? So after extracting inside M1 my phone number will be stored. So that is I am trying to print here in this 31st line. And this is the first example. And if you see my second case, right, here I have to extract only 10. So the pattern will be little differ. So for example, if you see here, I am using that dollar and I am using the /d also. But here I need only this 10. I don't need this dollar, right? So for that I am using one more parenthesis to group this. So which I am printing it in line number 38. So yeah, this is how you can use regular expression, which will minimize the things minimize the thing, and this is very optimized approach. So I will run and show this how it works. Yeah, so if you see, my phone number got extracted, and here my price also got extracted. So I have explained you for first two cases. Maybe for third cases you can try by yourself. So the next one is like, what are the challenges you faced in automation? So this is something like we will get very often. So what are the some we are going to look at some frequent challenges which we are facing. So for example, first challenge is sync issues, right? So this is like most of the people will face. So when you develop something, you won't get the issues actually, but in next day when it runs, right, it will break. So if you go and see, the reason would be the sync issue actually. So what is a sync issue? We have to understand that first. Okay, so actually the Java will run faster than your browser, right? So what will happen is sometimes browser will take more time to load, so that's where you will encounter this sync issues. So how to handle these issues? So basically you have to write wait properly. You have to include wait wherever it requires, and you should use dynamic wait more often, and you should use more appropriate XPath. So using those things you can come out of the sync issues. And the second challenge is like in IE testing. IE testing is always challenged than your regular browser, Chrome or any other browsers, because IE is very slow, you know, right? Even when you open it manually, it is very slow. So the same thing happens with automation also. So that is one thing. So due to the slowness, right, you have to increase your timeout. You have to handle many things, and apart from that, XPath also sometime won't work in IE browser. Okay, for example, if you are using some XPath in Chrome, if you try to use same in IE, it won't work sometime. This is because actually every engine uses their own XPath. Every browser uses their own XPath engine. So that is where it will fail sometime. If you use same XPath in different browsers, right, sometime it will fail. So what you can do for this issue is you can try to use CSS instead of XPath. So that is the alternative approach. And the third issue is, I can say this like limitation with Selenium. You cannot handle Windows pop-up. So that is one limitation we have in Selenium. So you have to use some external tools like AutoIT. Sometimes you can use robot classes. So these are the different challenges you can come across when you are using Selenium, or when you are doing automation. The fifth question is, how will you debug when automation scripts fails? So this may look simple, but sometimes this can trick you. So the first thing is, so you will have report. So from report you can look at a screenshot, and you can look for exceptions, or even you can look for logs. So that is the first point. But if you are not able to find from that, then what you can do is, by manually you can executing the scenarios, right, you can try to find out. But still if you are not able to find that, right, it can be a sync issue also, which cannot be caught when you are doing it manually, right? So what you can do, you can execute the script multiple times. You can dry run the script 4-5 times, so that you can catch if something is sync issues. So this is the another way. And sometimes, right, you can catch the issue but you don't know where exactly it fails, right? So for that, what you can do is you can add the debugger points and you can check that. So these are the different approach we will follow when the automation scripts fails. And coming to the issues, right, we can have different kind of issues. For example, application, data, script, environment issues, right? So these are the different kind of issues we come across. So if it is application issue, we will raise defect, or if it is other type of issues, right, we will try to fix it by ourselves. Then what's next? So I will just provide the link in the description, link of this PPT and code and other things I discussed. I will provide those in my description. So this is completely based off my experience. So if you come across any different questions, right, different interesting questions, then leave it in comment. I will try to answer in my next video. So thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel. Please support me. Thank you so much.